Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face tutorial on this look here. This is a monochromatic orange look. I really wanted to do a monochromatic look since I started my channel, and I think orange is just a beautiful color for all eye colors and skin types. So I really wanted to do orange for my monochromatic tutorial. And I also wanted to incorporate my Kylie Lip Kit that I hadn't been able to use in the shade 22. I've had this for a few months, but I hadn't used it, and I thought what better way than to incorporate it into an orange monochromatic look. I mean, it's a beautiful burnt orange color, and I really, really love it. I think it's beautiful for fall or summer, but since we're coming up into summer, I thought this was a beautiful summer look. So please stay tuned for the full face tutorial, and please, if you do enjoy the video, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below and let me know what you would like to see next, and I will incorporate that in the next upcoming weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, so I've already primed the skin using Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizing Primer in the Hydrating formula, and now I'm going in with the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in the shade Golden Neutral. I am going to use the applicator to apply that all over the face, and then I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to pounce that into the skin, taking my time to make sure it is blended out thoroughly. So just pounce, 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 pounce until it is all blended out. It's going to take a little bit of time, so just make sure you're all blended perfectly, and then we can go in with concealer. So today I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, and I will do as I've done in my last tutorials. I'll put a triangle under both eyes. I will put a design on the forehead, down the nose, on the Cupid's bow, and on the chin. This again is used to highlight those features as well as cover any darkness under the eyes and do a little dance. And then I will take that same damp beauty blender and I will start blending that out using pouncing motions again. You always want to pounce with the beauty blender. You never want to rub or stroke like you would with a brush. So I'm going to do that in all of those places, making sure it is blended out nicely. And those areas are going to look a little lighter than the part of the face that I just applied foundation to. And then we want to set that using the RCMA No Color Powder. I am trying this new technique where I put a damp beauty blender directly into the powder and just put that powder on the places that we concealed. This is technically called baking. I don't leave it on that long, so I do use it as a setting / baking technique, and I really do like using the damp beauty blender to do this. I was using a brush for a while, and this just makes the powder stick very nicely, and it doesn't get as cakey this way. So I would definitely recommend this technique. I'm going to let this sit on the face while we bronze up the face a bit, and I'm going to be using my MAC 135 paddle brush with the Lorac Tantalizer bronzer. This is in the shade Golden Glow. This was my first time using it, and I really love this bronzer. I thought it was gorgeous, and it wasn't too orange or too brown. It was pretty much perfect for my skin tone. I would really recommend this. And going in with that MAC 135 brush, I'm just bronzing up the cheeks. I'm going up and down, back and forth, and then I'm going to bronze up the forehead as well. I feel like in the summer, you really can't have too much bronzer. I like to go in with bronzer first and then contour a little bit afterwards. And again, do a little dance. I'm going to take my Real Techniques under eye brush, and I'm going to wipe away all that loose powder / bakage that we just put on. So that was sitting on there for probably about 3 minutes while I bronzed up my face. And when you wipe it away, it just reveals a nice highlighted and covered, airbrushed looking face. Now I'm going in with the NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. blending brush. I'm using this to contour, and I don't want my contour to be too sharp, so I'm using the blending brush, which is going to blend the contour into the bronzer we used. I really love that e.l.f. blending brush, and it's like $4, so I would highly recommend it. Now for blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to use that orange shade in that blush palette. Going in with my Morphe E4 brush, I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheeks and stroke backwards, using the bronzer line as a guide to where I want to put my blush. I always blow off any excess blush because I do not like a lot of pigment in my blush. I really like just a very pale veil of blush when I am applying blush. So after I saw the pigment in it, I went back in with that e.l.f. blending brush and blended that into the bronzer a little bit more, just so it was a hint of blush and not too orange. Now to do my, what I like to call pre-highlighting, I go in with the Hourglass Ambient lighting powder in the shade Luminous Lights with my small tapered highlighting brush from Sigma, and I put that highlighting powder on my cheeks over top of the blush and bronzer. So on the nose, the forehead, the lip, and the chin as well. Sorry, I spaced out there for a second. And then I'm going in with the star of the show, which is the Becca x Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Face Palette. And I'm going to dip into the shades Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. One is a champagne gold and one is a true gold color. And I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild fan brush. This brush is okay. I really love these Wet n Wild brushes, and they're very affordable. This fan brush just doesn't hold the highlighter on it very well. A lot of fallout comes when you use this brush, and it's definitely not the highlighter because it's a great quality highlighter, but it did the job, and it, for the price, you cannot beat it. Their other brushes in that collection are stunning. So I went ahead and I do the V technique where I fan the brush on top of my cheekbone and then up around the forehead onto the eyebrow, and then I'll do a little tiny bit on my nose and my Cupid's bow, and I don't put this bright highlight on my chin. Now I'm going in for the eyes. I'm going to start with my Ride or Die eyeshadow. This is Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. And using a fluffy blending brush, I'm using the Morphe E27. You can use anything that you prefer. And I'm just blending that Peach Smoothie shade all into the crease. I think that Peach Smoothie is a great transition shade for any look. And it has a little bit of an orange hue, and we're going for an orange eye look today. So I think it is perfect. So I'm just speeding it up, doing the same thing on this eye. I go back and forth in windshield wiper motions and hula hoop motions and get that color on there nice and good. Now I'm going in with the shade Chickadee by Makeup Geek. I'm using that same brush, and I'm just kind of brightening up that transition on the crease and making it a little bit more orange. I'm going to go back in with these colors several times throughout this look, but this is going to be the transition shade with that Peach Smoothie and the Chickadee. Once that's blended out, I'm going to go in with Morocco. This is a beautiful orange shade by Makeup Geek, and I'm using a tapered blending brush. This is the Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45 brush, and I just put that color on the very tip of that brush, and I'm doing a outer V shape on the outer V of my eye, obviously, and I am bringing it into the crease. I'm not bringing this shade up high. I'm leaving it lower onto the lid and right up into the crease. And then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and some Peach Smoothie and just make that line soft. Again, doing that same thing on the other eye. I'm going in with that brush, putting the color Morocco on that outer V and bringing it into the crease, and then I will blend it out with a blending brush. This shade is really pretty. You could use this as a transition shade in the summer when you're really tan too. A lot of people are scared of oranges. I just really love the color orange. I think it really makes all eye shades pop, especially blue. And so gold and orange are my go-to shades for sure. So there I am, just blending all those colors out again. Now I'm going into the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. I have not used this and I've had it since Christmas. It is so beautiful and colorful. I mean, look at that wheel of colors. And I'm using the orange shades in this palette. I'm going in with the more orangey shade first. It's a very vibrant shade, and I'm using my small tapered blending brush to do that again, the E45 by Sigma. This shade is called, these names really trick me, but I think this one's just Analogue, spelled weird. Analogue. So doing the same thing, but keeping that shade a little lower even than Morocco. We're doing that and then blending it in, of course. You always want to blend as much as possible when you're doing an eye look. It's just going to make all of your work look seamless and nothing look choppy. And then I'm going in again with a little bit of peach smoothie on top. Just keep blending that out. I know it's repetitive, but it is definitely worth it in the end. There was a lot of fallout, as you'll see, but I did go in later and clean that up. Now I'm going in with the more burnt orange that has a little metallic sheen to it, and this shade is called Harpsichord. I have no idea. So I'm using my MAC 242 brush, and I spritzed it with MAC Plus. For some reason, this is my go-to brush for lid color, especially like metallics, but it was not working, so I switched to my Morphe M421 brush, and it's just a smaller version of the MAC 242, and I was having better luck using this brush and applying the lid color. So I just make sure that that brush is damp, and I'm just taking that all over the lid. I'm not taking it over the crease or anything, just on the lid to give it a little bit of a shimmer. I do love a shimmery lid. And then back in with that Morocco in the crease using the tapered blending brush. And now I'm going to do my waterline. I sped through this because it was out of frame a lot, but I'm using a flat definer brush and a pencil brush, and I'm putting Peach Smoothie, Morocco, and Harpsichord on that brush. And then I am going into my highlight. I'm going into the gold highlight, the Prosecco Pop that's in the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am highlighting my inner corners with that. And then I am curling my lashes and going in with the Loreal Telescopic mascara in the shade Carbon Black. We are popping falsies on, but this is my first step. I like to put my mascara on. Now, okay, so I put lashes and I did a wing, as you can see, off camera. I was trying to do the wing on camera, but it was not working for me, so I had to just wing it on my own, literally. And I will do a video dedicated to a wing and post that later. I'm so sorry that I didn't get that in this video. It wasn't looking very good. So now I am going in with the Kylie Cosmetics Lip Kit in the shade 22. This is a gorgeous burnt orange color. I am lining the lips with this. I like to take all of her lip kits. I like to take the liner, fill out the line, and then fill in the lips completely with the liner. That's going to make the actual liquid lipstick go on better. These are a little bit drying, and the lip liner helps to make them so that they don't feel dry at all. If you put it on without the liner, I think you'd have an issue, but since she gives you the liner in the package, no problemo. So now I'm going in with the liquid lipstick itself, using the lip liner to follow as a guide and making sure that I do not go out of the line so it doesn't look silly. I feel like liquid lip is probably the easiest lip to put on, and you don't actually have to have a lip liner. I just feel in the case of the Kylie lip kits, it's easier because it is creamier formula that way. So once you have on your liquid lip, this look is all done. I'm just making sure it's perfect here. And then I will show you the eyes. You'll see the wing. Again, I'm so sorry that it wasn't on. I will do a video dedicated to winged eyeliner shortly.